Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is the fourth video in my Guitar for Beginners series with music theory included right at the start. So in this video, I want to talk about a new strumming pattern. So in the previous video, I talked about some chords and I taught you the basic strumming pattern, which was just on the beat, just down on the beat. I want to introduce you to a different strumming pattern so you can try to get creative with what you already know so you don't have to pile up a lot of information to think you're making any progress. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to share with you a few songs using the chords we already covered, which was the A major, the D major, and the E major. Also, I want to introduce you to the concept of chord progression. It's a very simple concept to understand. I think you're going to pick it up quite fast. So without further ado, let's get started. So we learned the A major chord. And we practice, as I already mentioned, we practice in the down on the beat pattern, 3, 4. Now I want you to start working on your up strums, right? So we're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So before we played 1, 2, 3, 4 on the beat. So now we're just gonna go 4 times down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right? So let's go. Down, up, down. And then switch to one of the chords we already learned. We learned the D chord, D major, so. And then switch to the E. To the D. And back to the A. So creative freedom to pick which order you want to play these 3 chords. So experiment, play whatever sounds good to you. And as the next concept in this video is going to be chord progressions. So the chords I actually picked were picked intentionally because I wanted to lead towards this concept of chord progressions. So if we play the A major scale again, so that's going to be A, starting on the A string, to the B, to the C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Now, every note in that scale, you can make a chord out of that. So the first chord, in this case, was the A major chord. So if we start on the A note, we have the A, we have the third, C sharp, and we have the fifth, the E. If we took the fourth note of the A major scale, which would be the D. So if we start out here on the D, a third from the D in that scale would be D. We have the E. The third would be F sharp. So D, F sharp, right? And A. A would be the fifth. So if we just start here and just count 1, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So in the A major scale, we have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and back to A. So then we're on the D, we have the D, we have the E. The third from the D is F sharp, right? So D, E, F sharp, and the fifth from fifth from the D would be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means on the D note of the A major scale, we have a D major chord. And let's do it for the E. So we're going to go starting on the E. We're going to go a third in that scale from that, which would be, we have the E, F sharp would be the second, and we have the G sharp. So we have the E, G sharp, and if you continue going in the octaves, you're gonna have the A and you're gonna have the B. So that would be 3, 4, and 5, B, which is why your E major has the E, G sharp, and the B notes. So this concept of like the note of the the chord of the first note, chord of the fourth, chord of the fifth notes is universal for all the notes. So it doesn't matter what scale you're on. If you're playing the chord of the first note, which in this case was A, it's going to be a major chord. If you're playing the chords of the fourth note, it's going to be a major chord. If you're playing the chords of the fifth note, it's going to be a major chord. So chord progression is essentially playing chords that are derived from the one scale. We're on the A major scale, so this would also be the key of the chord progression. So the chord progression is derived from the A key, from the key of A. So you can also say key of A major because it could also be from the key of A minor, but we'll get to that in a separate video. So this is going to be from the key of A major. So key of A major is derived from the A major scale, and the first chord of the chord of the first note, the A, is a major chord, chord of the fourth is a major chord, and fifth is a major chord, universal for all keys. So let's play a simple chord progression, the 1, 4, 5. So that's going to be the chord of the first, the chord of the fourth, and the chord of the fifth. So we're going to start on the A. We're going to do the down up pattern, or we can just do the down pattern. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the fourth, the D. And go to the fifth, the E. Take a break and repeat, maybe with the down up this time. Maybe a bit more smoother. To the D. Now you can switch this in any pattern, which is why I told you in the last video to practice switching and try to make a note of what order of chords sounded best to you. So we can also go from A and go straight to the E. Come back to the A and go to the D. Back to the A. So guys, chord progression, it's a very key concept in music. It's not super complicated once you know what key you're playing in and you know what chords are made of the notes. We went through the major chords of the scale. There's other chords because obviously there's the B note, there was a C sharp that we didn't talk about, what chord is made of that. But we're going to talk about that in the future. For now, just know that 1, 4, and 5 are major chords derived from a major key or major scale. So two songs I want you to take a look at. I'm going to leave links to tutorials for these songs. Three Little Birds by Bob Marley and Wild Things by I think it's called the Trogs or something like that. I'm going to leave a link in the description, so I want you to go watch those tutorial videos. It's the chords we already played, the A, D, and the E. So the chords, you should already know them, you should have already practiced them, but at least you're just going to get some guidance on how those songs are played. I'm not going to make videos on that because they already exist and I already use those videos and they were very helpful when I started out. But again, when I started out, I did not know A major was the A major because it had the A, C sharp, and the E. I was just told, hey, play it like this. And if I forgot that pattern, I had to go watch that video again, over again. So try to know what chords you're playing. E, D, A, for example, and know what notes belong to those chords. You know it's the first, the third, and the fifth of the major scale. And yeah, guys, have fun practicing, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.